Hi, I'm Emer Kinsella, and this is BMI's Know Them Now video series. I'm a composer and violinist from Dublin, Ireland, based in LA. Music has brought me on a journey across the world. I first came to the US to do a master's in film scoring at Columbia College Chicago and ended up in LA. Now, almost in my 5th year, I've managed to work on a variety of amazing projects and collaborated with great composers and filmmakers. Some recent film scoring highlights of mine have been working on Katie McNeese's award-winning film In Orbit, the recent rom-com feature film I Hate New Year's, which is currently on the Oscars eligibility list for Best Film. I'm currently scoring the drama feature film She the Creator by Bioluminescent Films. I write music for film, TV, media projects, but also for art installations, concert works, and I've also created my own site-specific and immersive concerts in unusual spaces in the city, where I've brought musicians and audience members together in non-traditional settings to experience music in new ways. Who or what inspired me to start creating music? Well, from the age of 2.5 years old, I was playing the violin, so I grew up pretty immersed in music, and I would write little themes and song ideas down as I was growing up. And it was around the age of 12 that I heard the score to The Piano by Michael Nyman, and later his score to Gattaca, which just really resonated with me and made me realize this entirely other aspect to music that was different from classical music, that represented this internal, minimal world which I was just captured by. And later I was in a high school class for a film studies class where we watched the film Rona, and that score just really grabbed me. And I was lucky that when I first arrived in LA, that the first composer I actually worked with was Johnny Klimek, one of the composers on Run, and I managed to work with him on the Netflix show Sense8 and the film with Daniel Radcliffe called Jungle. And that was, you could say, kind of a childhood dream come true. The first thing I do when I get a new idea for a piece is I often sit down at the piano and just play with the idea through the concept. So I'll find words that are integral to the story or emotion and maybe explore the rhythmic patterns of what I can do with a word, maybe such as what I did with the film In Orbit and the topic of loneliness. I took 3 motif notes out of the rhythm of loneliness, and I built my score around that, adding textures that match tonally a core scene in the film. Then I like to look away from the picture and expand on that, and then go back to the picture and bring that onto the scene and see what works and readapt what I've done. BMI is my performing rights organization, so they're doing the great job of collecting royalties on my behalf for any projects out there with my music in it, which is a very important role and task, so thank you. One word to describe my musical style, I would go with minimal and introspective as a second word. I enjoy crafting and creating themes out of minimal material and seeing where that brings my creativity as part of my process. I like to take my background and skills as a violinist into new territories as a composer by creating atmospheric and unusual sounds, experimenting with those sounds and just turning them into something new. I also enjoy playing with creating grooves and rhythmic textures, particularly with non-traditional and alternative instrumentation. I really like how organic and synthetic sounds come together to create something very unique, and just mixing those sounds together, you can just discover things that you wouldn't have expected that are not possible with an organic instrument, but by combining the two, you have the beauty of an organic string instrument together with maybe a plucky synthetic instrument, which just enhances the sound and creates something fresh and exciting. I play violin, viola, piano, I sing, and a little bit of guitar, which I am working on improving. You can follow me on social media, on Facebook and Instagram at Immersion Music. It's EMERSION Music. And on Twitter at Immersion M, capital M for music. And you can find more about me on my website. That's www.emerkinsella.com. Thank you.